So I'm continuing to work on the shotgun case made out of black walnut. And yesterday when I cut it and glued the pieces together, I saved a little bit of the walnut sawdust. So I'm going to mix some glue and make a filler and put that into the nail holes. There's just a few nails, but it's a good time to go ahead and make this up before I sand it. And then I'm also going to take a chisel and go around this edge. There's just a very fine remains of the wood there. So the next step is to cut out the sheet metal aluminum to fit inside this frame that I've made. And now it's not exactly straight. The frame's the wood's a little bent, bowed. So I'm going to take some measurements and get it as close as I can and then cut it with some shears. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark the panel here. So this is going to be the inside, and I'm going to say this is the front. And so I'll put an F here. And so then I start over here. I've got 23.2. So putting on some gloves, it's got a little bit of a rough edge on there now. I'm going to sand that off, get that smoothed out once I get the second cut made. So I've got some 150 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to go over this and round this edge off, soften it up a little. And now the moment of truth. Let's see if it fits in the box. Here's my F. So this should go in there like this. See if that'll work. Just do a little sanding on these edges. So what I'm going to do next is lay out these screws. I'm going to use a center punch, and I know the four corners are already marked. They're established. So I'm going to go ahead and center punch those. And those will be my reference points. Basically, I'm punching the intersection of the lines here. And then I can take a compass here. And I know I want 4 here, so I'm just gonna try to lay out something that's has some symmetry. And so can make an adjustment just to get these all equal. I'll just open that up just a touch. I'll rub off my pencil marks and try it again. And so that gives me what I want there, equally spaced. So I've got those lines established, and I'll just do the same thing over here using the same spacing. So I've got symmetry here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is just see if the same spacing will work out going across. It may be okay if it meets in the middle and it doesn't quite agree, but that's okay. Let's see what it's going to do. Now, the pencil marks are probably hard to see. So I can see I'm just a little short off there. Just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just open this up just a touch. And wipe away my lines and try it again. That's very close. I'm going to go ahead and go with that. So what I'm going to do is work toward the middle. Wipe this away. And I'm going to open it up just a touch. And so these are, I'm going to go with these, this mark here. And I'm going to just alternate. And then to the next step, I will punch these with a hand punch, probably. If I have the correct die, it'll be a lot easier than on a drill press. And since I have this punch made, the die will has a little dimple and it centers on that punch. So it makes it pretty easy to get an accurate hole. So there I'm gonna see how much it agrees there. I've got that one in the middle. And that one there. I'm gonna split the difference and go right there. And do the same thing down here. And I see the pattern. I'm going to come up. My next one here will be, after this will be the splitting the difference. So then I'm going to work over from this side. And you know, it turned out my original layout lines is exactly what I ended up having to file and sand to. So if I'd have just cut to that line, it would have dropped in perfectly, but then I wouldn't have had that joy of hand fitting metal to wood with, gotta have some patience for that, I think. And if I'd have been a little off on the layout and it would have been too small, there wouldn't have been much I could do about it. So it's just always a good idea to cut a little big and creep up on it. So here I'm going to split the difference in the middle. There you go. Got all the holes laid out. I'm going to go ahead and remark this. It's kind of worn away front from all the handling. I just want to make sure I don't lose sight of that. There's also an F here front. So the next thing I'm going to do is get the hole punch and punch these holes. To punch out all these holes. And I'm hoping I can be accurate with this hand punch. It has a little dimple on it that actually helps you locate the hole on the punch, so hopefully it'll go well. You just kind of put it on there and you can feel it drop in. You can feel it drop in there. And you just have to trust it. So I'm continuing on with the shotgun case. I've got all the holes punched, and now I'm getting ready to attach it to the frame here. I'm just going to temporarily attach it. I'm going to put it down, and then when I go to finish the wood, I'll pull it up and then put a sealer on here and then put the wood back, the metal back down. But I'm going to do it right. Here's a countersink bit. I'm going to put it right into the frame here, and that'll help me center the drill bit. I'm going to start in the middle. And I can always go back and add more countersink to it. But I've got a drill bit here marked for the depth. I don't want to go much further than that. And it's important to get a screwdriver that fits the bit that fits your screws well. I've got one here. So that gets the screw down pretty flush. Now I just need to do that a gazillion more times here. So now that I have all the screws in, I'm going to go back and sink them in a little deeper. So I've gone through and used this tool to sink in the screw heads into the aluminum. And I've gotten them just like I want them to be. The top of the screws are flush with the aluminum, so they won't catch on anything. Yeah, I guess this is a good place to stop for today. I've got the bottom of the gun case installed. The screws are flush mounted to the surface, and I'm happy with the fit and finish of the wood to the metal. And so the next thing I'm going to be doing is making the top cover, and I'm waiting on a piano hinge to arrive from the master car. I ordered a raw aluminum piano hinge because I'm thinking about TIG welding it to the front cover, and so that way there would be no visible fasteners on the top cover. And so I've actually ordered two piano hinges in case I mess one up. But I'm going to cut a section of the piano hinge off and just do some test welds on a scrap piece of aluminum and see if I can work up to an acceptable result where I'd feel comfortable putting a gun in it and having it hold for me. So if that doesn't work out, I can always drop back to riveting or using screws and nuts like I've done in the past. But I'm hoping this time to do a little something extra and raise the bar just a little bit. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try anyway. And so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and good luck with your projects, and I'll see you next time.